Well, hello there, and welcome back to another installment of Rapid Licks! Oh, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, please make sure you consider hitting like and subscribe. Thanks a bunch. Alright guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at yet another upstroke escape picking doozy of a lick. I heard this played by Troy Grady. Some of you may know Troy Grady's channel, Cracking the Code. Excellent channel, check it out. Anyway, he played this thing and he called it the arcade lick. I thought it sounded really interesting, so I took that lick, modified it a little bit for my purposes, as I generally do. And I've been using it kind of as an exercise to get my upstroke escape picking chops up to snuff. So I thought maybe, you know what, I'll put it into a lesson format and we'll teach it to you guys like we normally do, and maybe you can benefit from this research and deep dive into a very tricky technique anyway. All right, so grab a guitar, let's get going. Oh, before we get going, guys, a couple quick things to mention. First things first, we're going to be doing everything in good old standard tuning, so make sure you grab yourself a guitar that is in standard. This whole lick is based around E minor, and a lot of it's going to feel very E minor pentatonic, so as long as you know, E minor pentatonic or, classic E minor, you should be good to go, all right? If you don't, hit pause, go find a scale for E minor, come back. This will be a lot easier if you do. Okay, a few things to mention before we get going with this technique. If you're new to this, I highly recommend you check out the video I posted up last month. I think it was called Upwards Escape Picking Primer. That'll give you the basic mechanics that we're going to be using and putting through this kind of lick, just in a bit of more simplified format. I'll leave a card for that around here somewhere. So for those of you that are already familiar with this technique or kind of know what this is about, quick goals notes is basically every time we do a string change, we're going to be doing it on a downstroke. So there will be no upstrokes on string changes. This gets tricky, of course, if you're playing, something like that, because you're going to be doing maybe one note, say on the B string here, but you want to come back onto the high E string. You have to do that with a continuous downstroke through both. So kind of that kind of thing, all right? Anyway, as long as you've got that on your fingertips, this will make more sense. But the actual lick, let's go. Okay, got it? Good. Alright guys, so to start that off, all we're doing is this. Okay, and just remember, everything is alternate picking. Every string change I make will be a downstroke. So if I do like a downstroke on the B string, and then suddenly, I'm only playing one note there and I come onto the high E string, just remember it'll be like a down-down. You always go down through. There will be no upstrokes. Keep that in mind, because I'm probably going to forget to tell you that as we get going. So to start this off, downstroke on the 7th fret of the high E string, upstroke on the 3rd, downstroke on the B string 5th. Okay, so we got this. Alright, and we're just going to push all the way through once we get to that 5th fret B string, back onto the high E string on the 7th fret with a downstroke. And then an upstroke, okay? So we got this. Okay, then from there we're going to be doing this lick. Okay, so we got... That's where we ended. Now I'm going to be doing, of course, remember everything is starting with a downstroke. We're going to be on the 5th fret of the B string, 3rd fret, upstroke, downstroke on the B string on the 5th fret again, and you just keep on pushing all the way through then to the high E string on the 3rd fret. So that was just like that. Upstroke on the 3rd, downstroke on the 5th. Okay, so we got this. And then finished off with an upstroke, okay? So, all I want you guys to do now is play that lick 2 times. Alright guys, so following that lick, we've got this one. Yeah, and those of you with keen ears are going to go, hey, that intro bit sounds a lot like that. And you would be 100% correct. We're going to be starting this just like we do the original sequence I just taught you, so play that up to that point. So stop when you get to there, okay? Now from there, what's going to happen is we're going to get a little bit spicy with kind of our finger positioning and all that kind of jazz. We're going to jump over here onto the 5th fret of your G string, downstroke, push all the way through onto the 5th of the B, and then end with an upstroke. So we got this. Okay, so of course you ended on an upstroke right there. From there we're going to play this bit right here. Okay, so all I'm going to do, guys, is 5th fret, G string, downstroke, continue with that downstroke all the way through B string, 5th fret, so this kind of thing. Upstroke onto the 2nd fret of that B string, or sorry, 3rd fret, and then come over here onto the G string, and we're going to be doing down up on the 4th, 5th, and then down up, of course, again repeated in the scale just over here on the B string at the 5th and the 3rd. Okay, so we've got this so far all together up to here. Got it? Okay, next bit. Alright guys, next bit should look and sound kind of like this. Kind of has that cascading feel to it, which is pretty neat. And I'm just going to be moving through E minor pentatonic 2nd position. So I'm not going to be calling out the scales here. I might just call out the strings where I'm starting. I'll show you the sequence, and the sequence just is going to repeat, cycle all the way through till we end there on the G note on the 3rd fret of the big E. And that'll have to be on an upstroke, but we'll get to that when we get there. All right, so starting this off right here, 4th fret of the G string. Okay, so got it? So down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's it. That is the sequence. So practice that a bit. And make sure you got that under your fingertips. And then from there, the sequence is going to start doing this. Okay, and all I'm doing for that, guys, we're going to be starting off right here on the G string. So just down, up, D string, down, up, and then down, down, up, down, up, to finish it off on the A, okay? So we got this so far. Okay, and then from there, you got it. This is pure rocket surgery. That's how it ends. So, all together. You can put a little bit of a bend there on the 3rd fret of the E string if you want, kind of slur it. And then I'm just hitting the open E for resolution, okay? That is the entire lick. That is the upstroke escape picking trick piece. All right, guys, so let's play that whole lick one time through. And there you have it. That is the entire lick. Oh, you want my bonus lick? Okay, so I went like this, and then that lick, right? Okay, so first things first, guys, this is not in E minor pentatonic. I switched this to E Phrygian dominant, which is a bit of an exotic sounding scale. If you know that, good and great. I'm going to assume you do. If you don't, but you know, say something like A harmonic minor, A minor harmonic, you can think of it as the exact same scale, just starting off on the E note. So it'll sound like this. Okay? I'm going to assume you know that, and I'm just going to run through the scale and tell you what I'm doing. So to start things off, I'm going to be doing the big drone note, jump over here onto the octave E on the 9th fret of the A string, and then we're going to be jumping over here onto the 8th fret of the D string, and we're just doing alternate picking like that. I'm going to jump over here for the next bit of that scale, and I'm going to do this. And that's just down, up, down, like so. And from there, we're going to jump over here onto the B string, and now we're starting off right there on the 9th fret, and we're going to do this. Just down, up, down. You can see the only variation that I do the one where I go like, I skip one and come back. So kind of this sort of thing. Okay, so That's where I left off, which is just, you know, if you're on the B string there, that's 9, 10, 12. And then this is the skippy one where I'm down on the E string now, starting off now on the 10th. Which is just, you know, 10, 13, 12, and ends on an E, which works out. All right, so Good and Exotic should sound kind of like this. Okay, perfect. Wait, you want the other run? All right, fine, okay. So the other run, we ended right there on an E, and I think I did this. Okay, and this one is really simple, guys. So we were just in E Phrygian dominant. We ended there. Now we're going to be thinking, yeah, we're just going to be thinking E minor, and just that scale. And all I'm going to be doing is this. And yeah, you got it. All that is legato. So hammer-ons and pull-offs. With slides. And those, of course, are just harmonics. Harmonic 1, 12th fret right there. And this happens to be a 24 fret guitar, so over the 24th fret is my next harmonic, okay? So again, we ended the lick just before here, and then from there we're just running down E minor and doing a little bit of hammer-on pull-off slide. Got it. All right, one time through the whole thing, just so you have it. Here it is. Nailed it. All right, guys, there you have it. One super fancy pants upstroke escape picking exercise. The bare bones and crux for this mechanic, and a lot of this I learned again from Troy Grady's Cracking the Code sessions. This is an adaptation of what he calls his arcade lick. I took that, made it into a sequence that made more sense for me, and of course added embellishments because that's what I tend to do on this channel. And yeah, anyway, kind of a neat sounding lick, kind of a cool sounding way to phrase and do your runs. I mean, some dudes do this all over their pentatonic playing. The ones that come to mind, obviously, the blues players like Eric Johnson, Joe Bonamassa. So, I mean, anytime you can sound even marginally like these guys, probably a good thing. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you found this somehow helpful or useful. If you did find this useful, if you did learn anything, please consider hitting like and subscribing to the channel. That'll really help my channel grow quite a bit in the future and keep me inspired to make more of these videos. Anyway, guys, like I said, that's all I got for today. So just keep on shredding, and we will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.